non-stop to make sense. Drop our souls across, harvest it off our hands to death with no sense left. There's one last step, there's one last breath that I will make with me to face. There's no escape from the mistakes that's pouring out into a drought. The heart surrounds, it comes about. The truth suggests I make the best of what I get before I rest. I will repent today, unsent to where it's left with no comment. Sometimes I'm wrong, but I really try. And all those things I will modify. Achieve those goals by the time I die. Only the haters will vilify. The following days not guaranteed. Appreciate every day I breathe and take advantage of everything. Never let the bullshit enter ring. Just blaze it up and inhale the smoke. As the way glow back and chest play broke. Life's too short to be living in stress. The facts could be more obvious. This is answer time, begin it on birth. Until a departure from the surf. Every 60 feet beneath the dirt. Whichever way God has preferred. It's a part of life and life's a bitch. It's a part of life and life's a bitch. We live in the shadows of death and every day is a closer step. The sands of time of a deadly rep. When the sand runs out, there's nothing left. When you're living in the shadows of death, so close your eyes, then take your last breath. We live in the shadows of death and every day is a closer step. The sands of time of a deadly rep. When the sand runs out, there's nothing left. When you're living in the shadows of death, so close your eyes, then take your last breath.
Evil intention, revenge, contemplating sin. 5150 ideas released upon my pen. Sands of time, standing still, anticipating, releasing thoughts within. My pride tested, kindness spreading thin. It seemed there's a hater present talking shit. Because I'm on stage ripping a doja hit. Flamed up, I'm repping my set for away insanity. From the ground up, place your bets. My written rhymes and sands of time. My written rhymes and sands of time.
The shadows of death and every day is a closer step. The sands of time of a deadly rep. When the sand runs out, there's nothing left. When you're living in the shadows of death, so close your eyes, then take your last breath. We live in the shadows of death and every day's a closer step. The sands of time of a deadly rep. When the sand runs out, there's nothing left. When you're living in the shadows of death, so close your eyes, then take your last breath.
Time is slipping through my hands like sand. I can't understand or comprehend. Got to pretend everything's the way it's always been, but I can't seem to grasp the concept of no more time left. See, we try to relax and not stress out here in the Wild West. If you're scared to death, I suggest you go out and buy a vest. I guess they say that I'm blessed, I sit back and digress. And I thank the Lord each day I'm giving, hoping that I last. Man, can you remember how things were so much simpler in the past? I keep thinking about yesterday, wish I can go back. But I know I'm just gonna see myself get older till all I see is black. Insomniac, that's what they call me, cause I can't sleep. But how the fuck am I supposed to get any sleep knowing that the Lord's coming back like a thief? A priest, will I see a priest before I die? And will it come from old age or will I be a homicide? Why should I lie, man? All I do is write rhymes, and I realize there's no rewind, man. You can't stop the hands of time.
We live in the shadows of death and every day is a closer step. The sands of time of a deadly rep. When the sand runs out, there's nothing left. When you're living in the shadows of death, so close your eyes, then take your last breath. We live in the shadows of death and every day is a closer step. The sands of time of a deadly rep. When the sand runs out, there's nothing left. When you're living in the shadows of death, so close your eyes, then take your last breath.